Let's talk travel bucket lists. Hey everyone, it's Troy from flowfreely.com, and today we're talking about travel bucket lists. So what's a travel bucket list? It's easy. Just a list of things you want to do, a list of places you want to travel to before you die. Now it doesn't have to be that morbid. You can just make a travel, like for example, my bucket list is something that I want to do by the year 2024. Or you can make a bucket list for by the time you turn 65, or after you turn 65, or before your 20s are over. Anything like that. Bucket list doesn't have to be all about death. But why make one? Well, for me, it gives me a tangible goal to strive for. If I say, my goal is to travel. Okay, that can cost me $50 for a bus ticket to Austin, Texas, or that can cost me like $6,000 for a luxury cruise around the Galapagos Islands. Having a bucket list gives you that tangible goal. Let's say your bucket list item is to party in Barceloneta in Barcelona. All right, cool. Now you know where you're going. You can give yourself a time frame. Let's say you want to do it by the end of 2022. All right, now you know when you want to go. Now you can start looking at prices, flight prices, average hotel or Airbnb prices. You can add all those up together to give you a rough estimate of how much the trip's gonna cost you, and now you can start saving. And plus, it's always fun to dream. It's always fun to think and talk about traveling. Even if you have no plans to travel, it's still fun to talk about. And going through, researching, looking up different places in the world, and adding it to your bucket list, honestly, it's just fun to do. So what are the benefits of a bucket list? So I talked about the biggest one, being able to budget out, being able to have a tangible goal, but you also learn a lot about the world and a lot about places that you've never even heard of, cultures that you've never even heard of. Like for me, when I was doing the research on my bucket list, I thought I knew about these places, like I knew of these places, but I didn't know anything about them. I didn't know real deep history or anything about it. And so while I was doing my research, I kind of like fell down the rabbit hole of each place, and I was like, wow, this is better than anything I had thought of, so this is absolutely going on the list now. And during your research, you can find places that you've never even considered were real. Let's say you like tropical places, and one of the things on your bucket list was to get one of those on-water huts in Bora Bora. That's on my bucket list. But while researching Bora Bora, you learn about the Seychelles or St. Bart's or Cook's Islands or all these other tropical places that you may have not heard of before. And it really opens your eyes to the vastness that the earth really is and all the different environments it has presented to you. So between that and budgeting and having a tangible goal, those are the benefits. But what are some examples? Maybe some examples will help you put it into practice and make it easier to start. So I went through and made my own bucket list not too long ago. It's longer than this, but I'm only going to talk about a couple of them just for time's sake and because you're probably not interested in my bucket list, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. Maybe you'll get a couple ideas as well. In my bucket list, just for a preface, it's listed in order of priority, in order of what I think I'll be able to accomplish first to last. So the most realistic ones are at the top, with number one being Ring Road in Iceland. I want to go to Iceland, I want to rent a car, and I want to take like 10 days and just travel around the island, camping out in the car itself, maybe staying at a lodge every once in a while. But for the most part, I just want to be outdoors, I want to be adventuring, and I really want to take in Iceland in all of its glory. And I want to take my time. I don't want to follow a tour guide. I want to be on my own. I want to do my own thing at my own pace, because Iceland, everywhere you go on Iceland, it's like a different planet. And it's just so interesting to me. That just natural mystery of it, is so interesting to me, and I can't wait to go on that trip. Another one would be Stonehenge. I want to see Stonehenge so bad. I had the opportunity to go to Stonehenge multiple times, passed it up every time because it was just slightly out of the way. Really wish I would have just gone for it and sacrificed whatever else I was doing that day, because Stonehenge has always been on my bucket list before I even knew what a bucket list was, before I knew what traveling was, and I should have just went for it. And the last one I'll talk about is the Inca Trail. I've always wanted to go to Machu Picchu, but when I was researching Machu Picchu, I realized that there was a whole Inca Trail, and there's a whole lot of other ruins out there right nearby Machu Picchu, and I didn't realize that until I was doing that research, which is why I recommend doing that research. You learn about stuff. And I learned about all these other ruins. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like hiking, ancient ruins, history. Like that is like perfect. That is perfect. I want to do it, and I really hope I can do it relatively soon. Like I said, by 2024, I'd like to do all this stuff. So yeah, hopefully I can make it happen, and I'll bring you guys along with me, don't worry. Not physically, because I can't afford that, but you know, through video, which, you know, you're welcome. But yeah, that's bucket lists. That's super simple, super easy. Tons of benefits of making one. So if you don't have one and you're seriously considering travel in the future, I'd start with a bucket list, start getting ideas down, start doing some research. And I know research, kind of that word gives me PTSD of doing like research papers and stuff, but no, this is the good kind of research, the fun kind of research. So yeah, that's all I got for you. So if you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you went down, subscribed, hit that bell icon for notifications whenever I upload, as well as leaving a like and sharing this video with friends so that maybe you guys can create a bucket list together and throw some ideas around. And with that being said, thank you guys for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next one.